Welcome to Living Agriculture with me, Isa Luigare Bachivinga. I will continue wishing you a happy new year and thanking the Almighty God for keeping us alive. And we always pray that He keeps us alive such that we achieve our broad objective of being on this channel. Because we are not here just to pass time, neither begging for your support, but is to share what you would desire to know. Is to share what you would desire to understand. To share what you desire honestly to be doing. I'm Luigare. We are going to handle what we call the brooder management. Brooder management, this is the process of taking care of 1 day old chick to 2 months. It is what we call the brooder management. This diagram here, it shows the dimensions regarding the number of chicks. Now, assuming we are going to start with 100 chicks. It is a rectangular diagram. Here, we take the measurements. It should be from here up to here. If it is 100 chicks, it should be 2 feet. When we talk of 2 feet, it is this one here. As it may be, but we did not find 2 feet. That's 100. Then, when we talk of the length, from here up to here, for 100, it should be 6 feet. 1. Let this one be 3 feet. This one should be 7 to 8 feet. Why? Because when we are brooding, the arrangement of the house, here we need a pot, even here a pot. So it requires 2 pots. In that, here it should be the feeder. Here it should be the drinker. Here it should be the feeder. Here it is, because we make it to see that what you get, this is the feeder, this is the drinker, this is the feeder, this is the drinker, this is the feeder. Then even here, if this is the feeder, this has to be the drinker. This has to be the feeder. This has to be the drinker. This has to be the feeder. This has to be the drinker. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zirina kubeera mu 8. We need at least to be having only drinker, feeder, drinker, feeder. Because they need to be spaced. Until when this is the feeder here for feeds, the drinker should be here. Once they take the feeds here, it is just a matter of turning this way to take water. The chicks in between here, they take the feeds, here they take water. That's the way how it should be. But some of you, what you do, you interchange ate bitakola, and you continue saying our chicks are dying because of constipations. Now, you put here the feeder. This is the feeder. A feeder, feeder, feeder. Now, if you arrange in this format, again, you put this with the drinkers. The pot is here. Okuva wano, ejje wano, it will not. What it requires, if this is the feeder, this should be the drinker. Lwaki? The chicks which are here, facing that way, taking the feeds or eating. After eating, they turn way round to take water. The chicks which are here, if they take the feeds here, if it requires water, they just turn around. This is the way how the brooder should be arranged. Why? Because we don't need these chicks to be hiring borders from here, again dash up to here. Tekisoboka. That's why most of your chicks die, due to constipation. It eats, have no access of water. Ekyo kyenjagala tumanye. 2, if the heat source is here, make sure the drinker is at a distance, such that this water here doesn't get access to heat. If it boils or if it becomes hot, enkoko zigenda kufa. You see, living agriculture, if you term it and think it precisely, living, we are dealing with lives. 2, whatever we need here and whatever you want it to do, honestly speaking, have to be done genuinely. In the brooder here, by the way, njagala, I request you, this is our pot. This pot here has to be put on 3 stones. Why? Such that, assuming that's the stones of ours, it enters here and it goes through this way. If it enters from here, it passes through to this end. But some of you at times you put this pot on a saucepan. Once you place it on a saucepan, the heat is going just to be going up, and of which we need it to be displayed on the ground. It is going to save your charcoal expense. 2, if you use that system, some of you use these charcoal stoves. Once you use the charcoal stove, it is going to consume charcoal as if you are cooking something. And some people always complain, we need the pot with the holes. It does not make sense. Either the pot have the holes or doesn't have the holes. Byonna bikola kye kimu. Why? These ones of the holes, it consumes, because wherever air enters here, it will be blowing and will end up using too much charcoal. I would advise you to cover them. You will be saving charcoal. Ebintu bino nze mbibagamba because I trust you and you trust living agriculture. Because we are always genuine, apart from those who don't trust us. Very few. We need to see that this year you don't lose even a single chick. let it die accidentally. How? When you are returning these feeders and drinkers. Maybe accidentally you step on it or putting water. Or at times, these chicks are useless. They have that mentality of jumping into water. That you expect that. But what I could advise you, you get these small stones of the concrete. This is our drinker. Fill them here, such that even if they jump in, they step on the stones. Nebutatoba. If it becomes wet and you don't save it to put it near the pot, automatically it is going to die. Ekyo njagala tukimanye. Most chicks in the brooder, they die in 3 or for 3 reasons. Getting wet in their feeders. If there is no heat in the room, and if there is no water in the room, and above all, the type of feeds you are giving them, twabisomesaako luli, and we are going to repeat that. Why? As I said it before, this year we need to work for you. Mwe mulimanya kye mulitusasula. And even if you don't pay us, the Almighty will pay us. Because what we are doing, we are serving the Almighty God. This is the reason why some of us have remained and some have died. Kati bino tubikola kulwa Katonda. Once you feel that what we are serving you is valuable, nga mutuweerezaayo sente. Even if you send us like $10 US, we say thank you very much. But even you can even send $10,000 US. Eri abayina sente. Nagamba living agriculture, I have donated this to enable you serve the country or the world or the nation. We appreciate. By the way, we are good at appreciating. Even if somebody promises and doesn't fulfill, we appreciate and thank. Now, in the brooder room, what do we need? In the brooder room, what do we need? The requirements. Number 1, the pot. Number 2, light. Number 3, air. Number 4, the feeds. Number 5, water. Number 6, the carpet papers. Ebintu bino, as we have listed them, are very important and vital to brooder management. This pot number 1, it produces heat. It produces heat because these one-day-old chick, they grow due to heat. Oli ayinza okumbuuza ebitaliiyo. If you don't produce, what happens? The growth rate will be retarded. To even feathers growing, it is due to this. Light for what? Eating day and night. It takes 30 days. Ngetale yaka 24/7. Then air. The house have to be ventilated. Enyumba yaffe bweti bweri. This is the door. As we said it before, from the ground here, as I'm standing, it should be the level it should be 4 feet. Wano okuva wenyimiridde, it should be 4 feet, such that from the ground up to here, it has to be either bricks, timber, plain sheet, mud, or iron sheets. Then from here up to here, it should be 4 feet. Wano, where we put our chicken mesh for fresh air. But the fresh air, it is done during daytime. Why? Because at night, if you leave it empty like that, the charcoal you are going to use will be too much. So at night we need to be using the coverage such that you cover the windows at night to maintain that heat there. Then the feeds, chino, you people, the feeds is very important. Some of you go into this project not knowing what type of feed do you need to be giving your chicks at a certain stage. Ekyo kikulu